video, we would like to talk about fractions. What are they? Why are they so important? And what are the different types of fractions? So, let's get started. Being good at solving fraction problems is an important skill to have in everyday life. Fractions are not just some mathematical abstractions. They are tools for measuring, dividing, and expressing values and quantities present in all aspects of our modern world. Units of measurement for time, money, distance, volume, and so on are simply fractions in disguise. A minute is 1/60th of an hour. A dime is 1/10th of a dollar. A meter is 1,000th of a kilometer. When we budget or compare prices at the store, we use fractions. When we analyze data, we apply our fraction skills. The examples are simply innumerable. Therefore, it is vitally important for every person to have substantial knowledge on this subject. When we talk about fractions, we usually think of it as part of a whole, or a certain number of equal parts. For example, if we have one pizza and we cut it into 8 equal parts, then all 8 parts, if put back together, would give us the whole pizza again. 8 out of 8, or 8 over 8 equals 1. However, if we ate 5 pieces, then we would be left with only 3 of the original 8 pieces. 3 out of 8, or 3 over 8. Each fraction consists of a numerator, the top number, and a denominator, the bottom number, and a fraction bar, the line that separates them. The denominator of every fraction shows how many equal parts the whole item is divided into. The numerator, on the other hand, tells us how many equal parts we have taken out of all parts. In the pizza example, we have the fraction 3 over 8. In this case, our numerator is the number 3, and our denominator is the number 8. If we pick another fraction, let's say 11 over 25, 11 will be our numerator and 25 will be our denominator. This fraction can be viewed as 11 out of 25 equal parts and would represent a number which is less than 1. If we chose the fraction 25 over 25, then this fraction would actually represent the whole number 1 because we divided an item into 25 equal parts and then we took and put all of them back. Another way to understand fractions, which would further clarify the concept, is to think of any fraction as a division of two numbers. The numerator is our dividend, or the number which is being divided. The denominator is our divisor, or the number which we are dividing the dividend, and the fraction mark can be viewed as the division sign. For example, 5 over 8 is actually the same as 5 divided by 8. If we perform the division 5 divided by 8, we end up with the decimal number 0.625. This number is smaller than 1 and has the same numeric value like the fraction 5 over 8. In math, we generally distinguish between 6 types of fractions, although some mathematicians would argue that there are more. The types we want to learn about today are like fractions, unlike fractions, equivalent fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers, also known as mixed fractions. Before comparing one or two fractions in order to determine their type, we might need to bring the fractions to their lowest terms. This simplifies our work and decreases the chance of making a mistake. If two fractions have the same denominators, we say that they are like fractions. For example, 3 over 5 and 4 over 5. However, if the denominator of the fractions we are working with are different, then we have, you guessed it, unlike fractions. Examples of such are 3 over 8 and 7 over 5. If two fractions with different numerators and denominators represent the same part of a whole, we refer to them as equivalent. For example, if we compare 1 over 3 and 2 over 6, we notice that if we multiply both the numerator and the denominator of 1 over 3 by 2, we get 2 over 6. And vice versa, if we divide both the numerator and the denominator of 2 over 6 by 2, we get 1 over 3. As a matter of fact, we can take any whole number except 0 and multiply or divide both the numerator and the denominator of any fraction by it to get an equivalent fraction to the one we started with. Just be careful, guys. This rule only applies to multiplication and division, not addition and subtraction. If the numerator of any given fraction is smaller than its denominator, we say that the fraction is proper. And in the opposite case, when the numerator of a fraction is bigger than its denominator, we define the fraction as improper. 1 over 2, 5 over 6, 31 over 32 are all proper fractions. 8 over 7, 25 over 9, and 3 over 2 are all examples of improper fractions. Finally, when we talk about mixed fractions or mixed numbers, we actually have a whole number and a fraction combined into one. 1 and 2/3, 3 and 7/10, 10 and 7/10 are all examples of mixed fractions or mixed numbers. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please click the like and share buttons. Also consider subscribing to our channel. Till next time.